Entering Endgame, a special episode where Entering Endgame goes to the movies, baby. I'm your host, Ashley Florida. It's amazing to have you guys back. I'm joined tonight by my co-host, Fresh64_. Hi, Fresh.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing?
Long time no see, kid.
I know, right?
Fresh and I just got back from the movies. We went to go see Mortal Kombat 2 on its opening night so that we could report on it here for y'all tonight. Fresh, tell the people the difficulty of like doing something like this when you podcast and like about our ride home.
Yeah, so like I think one of the things I think naturally for everybody when you go to the movies, with your friends or family, you watch the movie, you have a great time, and then as soon as you exit the theater, you want to talk about everything that happened in the movie. Knowing that we had this podcast set up right after, we literally said nothing. A lot of silence. Exiting the theater and the car ride home.
It was hard. It's hard not to talk about it, but it's nice like to have an organic conversation for you guys. So like I literally I rushed home, threw some lipstick on, and here we are. So absolutely cannot wait to discuss this movie tonight. And I just want to say for everybody that we will start off spoiler free for you, just a general overview for you guys to start, and we'll let you guys know when we're getting into Spoilercast. Wow, what an awesome movie experience that this was. I'm just going to start off by saying I am so pleasantly surprised by how happy I was when I walked out of that theater.
I would agree. I'm the same. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this movie.
Yeah.
Especially considering, I enjoyed the first one. I recently watched the first one. And I actually like that one. I know a lot of people were down on the first movie. But actually, I enjoyed it myself.
I liked the first movie. Like, it was just the right amount of, like, a newer age Mortal Kombat that, like, had, like, the better graphics and, like, a little less kitschy and cheesy, but still kept that, Mortal Kombat cheesiness that we all love. But it was a very intense movie, the first one. And one thing I'm going to say to start off, and again, no spoilers, I really do feel like it's beneficial to watch the first one before you watch this one. I do think like if you've never seen Mortal Kombat 1, I think you really should to appreciate Mortal Kombat 2. Do you agree?
I think so. I think it helps. It does kind of pick up right where the last one left off. And they do reference a lot of stuff from the first one with some of the characters. So I think it definitely helps with kind of refreshing yourself.
If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, like somebody who's played it for life, I think you're just going to be so pleasantly surprised by this movie and how true it is to a lot of like lore in the Mortal Kombat universe. Fresh, I love that like you and I both were Mortal Kombat players in our lifetime. Like you started with the first Mortal Kombat also, correct?
Yeah, I'm a bit of an OG. Grew up with, I grew up in the time in the early 90s, mid 90s. So, 1, 2, 3, played a little bit of 4, 5, and 6, but then kind of dropped off after that, like picking up here and there. But that early 1 through 4 was like some of my core memories of gaming.
Yeah.
I love fond memories of Mortal Kombat.
Me too. Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 were huge staples in my childhood. I had very strict parents, so we had to turn the blood off, but that we turned it back on when they went to bed.
The sweat.
Had to turn the blood off. But yeah, I mean, I was 5 years old playing Mortal Kombat. I don't think my parents really knew what it was when they got it like for me as a kid, but I had a Genesis growing up. So 1, 2, and 3 were very, 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 very crucial to my childhood gaming for sure.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, if you grew up with the originals, I think definitely you'll enjoy this movie for sure. It hit a lot of those kind of the nostalgia points, and it kind of took the characters in a good place in the story. I enjoyed. We'll talk about here, but overall, I enjoyed it a lot.
I loved too the costumes in the movie. I thought, and like again, this is all stuff that's shown in the trailer and everything. I feel like the Mortal Kombat games, as they've progressed and in our lifetime, have just become so like booba games, and like the girls are just like are so scantily clad and like just their, boobies out everywhere. And I thought the costumes were so awesome. Like they still had like that sexiness for the girls, but it wasn't like so over the top. And but like some of the characters did have over the top costumes in like the best way. Um
I know.
and I just thought, I mean, Shao Kahn looked so badass in this movie.
Oh yeah, they nailed that for sure. It's just
Oh my
the
god.
visuals of it, the helmet, his iconic helmet. It
Yeah.
just so intimidating. Like he's just larger than life figure, and I think they just nailed it perfectly in this one as
Yeah.
the main big bad villain.
I was
I was like
surprised
perfect.
at how many cinematic shots that there were in the movie. Like there were a lot of parts of the movie that I was like, "Dang, okay, I'm like watching a real movie here."
I know. Yeah, visually this I think it looked awesome. A lot of the sets and scenes, some of the CGI, a lot of the blood and the fights.
Oh
I thought they
yeah.
looked really good.
Yeah, I did too. Um yeah, overall, like if you're going to, I just think it was fun. Like like personal opinion, guys. If you haven't seen the first Mortal Kombat movie, I think you're at a detriment. Like I really think you needed it for some of the character development in this one. And if it's been a while since you've watched it, I know you refreshed yourself recently. I refreshed
Mhm.
myself as well on the movie before we went. And I'm very glad that I did because there's a lot I would have forgotten. And like
Yeah.
Fresh said, like it literally picks right back up where the last one ended.
Can I add though on the first one? As much as I did enjoy it, had a great time with it. I know there was a few things that I wasn't a big fan of. I thought they could have improved on, and we'll talk about later about a certain character from the first one. And
I
then
know
I think
exactly what you
also
mean.
yeah, with the sequel, I also think they leaned more into kind of the video gamey side of it.
Hmm.
I know the first one, I felt like they were trying to go a little more serious, maybe try to take a little bit of the kind of video gaminess out of it. And I think they took the feedback for sure and kind of course corrected that, and
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons why I enjoyed the second one more than the first one. Even though I enjoyed the first one.
You like the second one better.
I did, yeah, for sure,
I
easily.
agree. I actually totally agree.
Yeah,
I really did. I really did like the first Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat 1, but I think overall that I also like 2 better. I think I do too.
yeah. I thought the first one started a little slow personally, and then
Yeah.
but man, that back half, especially with some of the fights with Scorpion and Sub Zero, like the kind of the last act, I was like, oh man, this is like some of the coolest stuff ever. The
Yeah.
fight scene, all the moves, the fatalities. I was like, oh yeah, this is why I like Mortal Kombat.
I know. I know. And one thing about 2, like, I mean, it was just nonstop action. It's so action packed. Like, there is just not a dull moment in the entire movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, same. I was like you said, I think especially like with sequel, I think whenever you have the first movie, you do have to introduce characters, introduce lore. So like I know it's kind of similar to what the Mario movie, like characters are already established. We already know who these people are. Let's just jump right into the action.
I'll say that the movie um maybe won me over with a character that I never liked from childhood to now. Um
Okay.
and that character is Johnny Cage. I always found Johnny
Mm.
Cage so annoying, especially as a kid. I always thought he was a weak fighter and I never ever liked if I had to do like tower, any like missions type of things where I had to play as Johnny Cage, like I was like miserable. So I will simply say that the charisma and just the overall character in this movie, I was like, okay, I'm on board with Johnny Cage.
I feel like the main reason is because of the actor they cast, Carl Urban, who's a fantastic,
Incredible.
fantastic actor. He he made this character his own, just the perfect amount of cheese and kind of corniness,
Yeah.
but he still had that toughness to him. I'm a huge Carl Urban fan, and I thought he nailed it, knocked it out the park.
I mean, he was born for this role, in my opinion. He just was born to play Johnny Cage. I thought he just did such a stellar job.
Actually, also kind of swayed me, and I wasn't like a huge fan. Like I enjoyed this character from the video game, Jade. I thought Jade was also kind of she stole some scenes. I thought her performance was really good.
Yeah, definitely. She was a great actress. I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, so I think those are two of my highlights for the movie for sure. So I was
Yeah.
trying to think back through the characters, but yeah, Jade and Johnny Cage were awesome.
I loved I think when the movie ended, I was so shocked at how I don't want to say impressed, but I do think I mean impressed by how impressed I was with the movie overall. One thing though, I'm gonna say I have one negative, personal, which is I think I wish there was a couple scenes that had some cool songs, but like I wish overall that the music had been more profound for Mortal Kombat.
I can hear that. I can see that for sure. And especially think again, not to compare things to the Mario movie. I mean, the Mario movie was just like nonstop, like
Yeah,
a game reference, song reference, everything was a reference with the songs. This one had kind of like the first one with just the splashes, the hints of the the theme. Which every time it came off, I was like, oh, you felt the energy,
yeah,
you felt the energy.
yeah.
Like the music's so good. I mean, that the theme is iconic for sure.
I will tell you, if you were a player of Mortal Kombat as a kid, you will definitely see a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of arenas and cool stuff that you remember. The movie did such justice to the original storylines in the original game, and it's just a fun time. It's just a really, really good time
Yeah,
overall.
I agree. Are you ready to give it a rating?
I'm
Do you
ready to rate it,
you
baby.
ready to
I'm
rate it?
ready. I'm ready. You want me to do the honors?
You can go first. Yeah, I'll let you go.
I have given Mortal Kombat an 8 out of 10. Uh,
Okay.
I gave it 8 out of 10.
I was expecting to go a little higher.
I thought I have a reason. I have a reason.
Okay, I thought you were gonna hit a 9. I was like, "Oh, maybe she's gonna hit a 9." I was trying
Nope.
to guess here. And again, going in, like, I know we literally didn't say anything like, "Oh, I love the movie, it was great." Like, nothing was
We
said,
said
so I was like,
nothing.
I have no idea what what her thoughts are.
You asked me on our car ride home if Adele came on the radio. You're like, you like Adele?
I don't great weather we're having, right?
Oh my god.
Classic
Oh my
weather.
god. I'll just say I gave it an 8 out of 10 because some parts I felt were a little rushed in the movie. Like they just like didn't have time to tell some of the like the lore from prior. So I felt like some
Mhm.
parts were a little rushed, and I also felt like you need to see the prior movie to truly like enjoy and understand this one. So that's the only, but other than that, combat was incredible. I loved all the specials, all the characters, all the acting. Um, Everything else, in my opinion, was absolutely perfect. So that is my reason for 8 out of 10.
Nice, nice.
And you?
Alright, my rating, yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna go 8.5.
All right.
8.5,
Okay.
yeah.
I almost put
I was in
that.
that, like yeah, I was in that 8.5. I was like, I don't think I would go as high as a 9 because as much as I liked it, I was like, I don't know if I could push it to that level.
Yeah.
But overall, 8.5, mainly for the same reasons. Just as a Mortal Kombat fan, I think they hit every note. Costumes, the fight scenes, I think were very well choreographed. Solid fatalities. I enjoyed the music. I think the score was very good. The story was solid. I liked a lot of the character work that they had built, and I think I agree with you. Maybe I would have liked some of the stories kind of fleshed out a little more,
Yeah.
but maybe time wise, maybe some stuff they didn't get a chance to fully explore.
Sure.
But overall, yeah, I just had it. This was like just a fun, great time at the movies.
Yeah.
This is what I want out of a video game movie, especially something like Mortal Kombat, like a fighting game like this. I think this is perfect popcorn movie.
Yes.
Definitely have a good time with this one.
I totally agree.
Highly
Uh
recommend.
Highly recommend as well. If you guys are looking for something fun to do in the next couple of weeks, I could not recommend more hopping over to the movies and seeing Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. Oh, one thing actually I forgot. Decently is actually pretty funny. A lot of chuckles, a lot of kind of. I did laugh out loud a few
Yeah.
times.
I
Very.
laughed a lot.
I said it's a little cheesy. A lot of cheesy kind of quips here and there, little one-liners. But I think it fit. With the Mortal Kombat, it's not a serious game, so I think it fit in well with the movie. So
I totally agree.
I enjoyed the laughs and the jokes. They're
Yeah,
funny.
absolutely. Well, that is it for non-spoilers. So, for those who are not interested in hearing movie spoilers, this is where we will bid you adieu. Make sure you guys come back and listen to the rest of the episode. And we'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Bye. All right, spoiler peeps. Let's take a little deeper dive into Mortal Kombat 2. Oh my goodness gracious, what an awesome time. So many cool fatalities, so many cool fights. Let's just start with the opener. Like let's start with like the movie opening. And
Yes. I love this part actually, personally.
you start kick it off, baby.
I thought it set the note. Yeah, so they open with a flashback. It shows young Kitana. She's talking to her dad, King Gerard, and they're setting up that they have this big battle that they're gonna do. And he gives her a little pep talk, gives her a little inspiring speech. Just hang tough, because I think even he knows it's not gonna,
You're
it's not
not
gonna
gonna
end
end
well.
well.
So yeah, this is where we get the introduction to Shao Kahn, which
Right.
is like an amazing just intro. Silhouette, you see, the helmet, the red eyes. I think he just
Ooh,
looked. I mean, you talked about, you love the
cinema.
costume, right?
Cinema. I loved Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn looked, no notes, just looked so
Yeah.
cool, so bad. Like, the helmet was awesome. The costume was perfect. The hammer was incredible. Like, and one thing too, I didn't want to say in the non-spoiler was all the characters had like reminiscence of their actual moves in Mortal Kombat. Like his shoulder shove with the
Oh
green. Like,
yeah.
oh my god, just like
That was one
chills.
thing I highlighted. That shoulder,
Woo!
the little flash shoulder dash.
Love it.
The color, yeah, the color, the green. I was like, oh,
Yep.
so nice.
Ooh, I was like, okay.
So he
That was
goes there to
awesome.
battle, right? And then it's like, in my head, I'm like, why are you bringing your family to witness you? Because he's gonna get crushed. This giant monster of a man, a figure. And turns out, yes, he does get killed. We get our
Yep.
first death. I think the fight was overall pretty. It was a pretty solid starter fight.
Oh yeah, I thought that was
So,
what a great opener. Oh my goodness.
gets his fingers sawed off, spike in his hand,
Oh,
like gives you a little hope. Like, oh, is it King Gerard obviously gonna pull through? And no,
he does
he
not.
doesn't. He does not. Gets killed in front of his daughter, Kitana. She sees it. Obviously, she's shaken up. The whole kingdom. It's in front of the whole kingdom. Shao Kahn asking people to bow, and Gerard's wife, Sindel,
Yep.
bows. Kitana, she doesn't bow. She's kind of there shaken, but she does take something from her dad that will a little something that is important for the movie. The little sash, blue sash, that is
Yeah.
very important. She ties it on her head, and then that kind of kicks off the movie. Takes us flash forward, modern times, and that's where we get the first look at Jade training Katana, which is pretty cool. I thought it was a good little intro, and then we do get introduced to her infamous blade fans, which are really
Oh,
cool.
that was so cool. Like the lore of like Jade giving her the fans. Oh, that was so awesome. And they were
Yeah,
all
really
they
sweet.
looked so cool.
Yes, they look great in the movie. One of my favorite like weapons items.
Yeah.
And then this is where you get introduced. Jade is like her protector, kind of her guard, that Shao Kahn has placed on her, because now Shao Kahn has taken over, and Jade is like her protector guard. But
Right.
they have formed a relationship where they're sisters basically, and
Right.
they
Yeah,
have this
super
bond. Even though
sisterly.
killed her father, like she should hate this girl and hate everybody, but she has a good heart. They formed this bond, which is awesome. And then we get introduced to, this is one of my favorite characters. I didn't talk about it earlier because I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if it was in the trailer. I think it may have been in the trailer, but we get introduced to Quan Chi.
Oh,
I think he looked awesome. What did you think of Quan Chi? I think he looked so cool.
it's hard for me because Quan Chi is such a character I can't stand in Mortal Kombat. Like, cannot stand. But they made him just as obnoxious in the movie, so they were very true to the core of Quan Chi.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is
I loved him.
obnoxious.
I mean, I'm not a fan of, like, I didn't really play as Quan Chi a whole lot, but I think he just looked cool. I think also just like as this, I forgot what they called him, but he revives the dead. As you see here, he revives Kung Lao. So like we talked to you about earlier, you should watch the first movie because Kung Lao does die in the first movie,
Yes.
and gets the soul, he gets the soul taken from Shang
Shang
Chi.
Tsung. Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung, my bad. Yeah, Shang Tsung, and then gets revived by Quan Chi because he's like this. He's the spirit. I forgot, necromancer. He can
Yes.
revive people. So it brings up Kung Lao. Kung Lao is now on Shao Kahn's team, and that sets up that scene. Then we get cut to Johnny Cage. His
Johnny.
cheesy movie, the cheesiest movie that I forgot what the name of his movie was.
Oh my god,
Cage
it
Fury? Was
was
it Cage Fury?
Cage Fury.
Yeah, so they show us a little movie, cut to now he's kind of washed up actor, martial artist, and now he's at like a Comic-Con nobody's at his booth taking autographs.
I loved that. I thought that was such a cool way to like bring it into the now, like that he's sitting like at his little booth and no one's showing up, like, and then he's going to this car with all his little bins of his Johnny Cage merch and stuff like that.
That nobody
like
bought, right? And that's when we come to Raiden and Sony show up, blast of lightning. They set up Johnny Cage. We need you. You got to save the Earth, basically. Kind of like the first one with Cole. Like he's kind of the chosen one. They need him. Now they need Johnny. Trying to recruit him. Johnny Cage is kind of like that asshole, but he still has like he's more of like a lovable asshole than like,
yes. That's a great way to put it.
Later.
Yeah.
A little asshole. Obviously, Johnny Cage says, "Nope, I'm out." Once he finds out, like, this is a real battle, you will die, and he instantly says, "No,
He's like, I'm out.
I'm good with that." Yeah, so he's out. But the reason they had to do this, they need a new tournament. It's kind of like beat for beat for the first one, right? They had a tournament to beat, so the Nether Shao Kahn's team doesn't take over, basically. Right. So first round of the tournament, we got Sonya versus Sindel, Johnny Cage versus Katana.
Before we even go into this, I'm gonna backtrack for a second.
Okay, yeah.
When they recruit Johnny Cage and they bring him, to like Raiden's temple and everything. There's Jax there and there's Cole and everything. They tell you who nobody is. So Sony takes 1 second while they're all in the arena and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's Cole and that's Jax. You fought with me. And there's Liu Kang. He's the best fighter." All right, here we go.
His powers.
Like they didn't talk about who Cole is, like that, like nothing. I was like, so as soon as I'll say that later, but literally like just no explanation of anything. They were just like, "All right, here's the guys. You're gonna fight for the world. Bye." Like I was like, okay. It felt so rushed.
Well, I think it was like a refresher for like people that maybe didn't watch the first one or maybe forgot. So
right.
Like, oh yeah, these are the guys from the first one, and this is like their powers, and this is what they do.
I feel like at least they should have explained Cole more, since he's not a canon character, and like if God forbid someone just happened to go to the movies that day and see 2 and didn't see 1, like
yeah. I think they did like briefly talk about his powers, like he absorbs their energy when he gets
right.
There. And I guess going back, I didn't mention in the spoiler-free section interview that there are some issues that I have with the first one, and actually Cole was one of my issues. Cole's one of my issues. I just didn't feel like I didn't connect with him as a kind of a hero, as a main character. Like if they don't, I don't mind them creating a new and original character, but I don't know, something about him just kind of bland and just kind of not very memorable for me personally.
Totally agree.
But he's back. So if you didn't like him in the first one, he's back.
He's back.
But you may like something later on. So yeah. So also they set up the tournament. They explain kind of, whoever loses they have five people versus 5 people.
Right.
Once your 5 teammates are out, you lose the tournament. And so like I said, we start off Sonya versus Sindel and Johnny versus Katana. And I know one of your favorite characters is Sindel. So I'm curious to hear what were your thoughts on Sindel in the movie?
Sindel is my favorite Mortal Kombat character of all time. I was so excited to see her in the movie. And as soon as they had the opening, I was just like, there she is. So I was like really, really, really looking forward to it. But I know the lore and the canon of the story of, her, being with Shao Kahn and him kind of making her like a zombie and everything. So
yeah,
I thought she looked great though. I thought they could have like,
did they do her justice?
I think they did. I think they could have done more with like the hair. They did nothing with the hair.
I was gonna say, I thought their hair should have been more white, right, or gray.
Oh, they didn't do any of her hair moves or anything. I was like, what the heck? They could have done my girl a little better.
The screams were pretty sick though. I'm not gonna lie. I like her screams.
I did too.
She had a decent battle. I think her first battle, her and Sonya kind of highlighted her screaming ability.
Yeah,
they did some cool stuff with that, playing around with that, and they were in the pit. I believe I can't remember the name of that stage, but the pit with the spikes coming in the ground.
Yeah,
that led to some cool, interesting fight moves, and ultimately Sonya wins. Sonya defeats Sindel.
Yeah,
I know, sad, but it's not the end. Not the end of Sindel.
It never is. It never is. Before that, they had the battle, Johnny Katana. Was that the first battle?
They kind of like flash. I know with this movie they kind of flash back and forth between them. But yeah, that was also one of the battles. That was interesting. What do you think of that one?
Katana letting Johnny go. I think, but I mean, obviously, we find out why. She lets him go because her dad was there and everything, so she was just trying to like play a part and everything. But I thought that was cool. Like I thought it was interesting that like he gave her such a fight when he had no training whatsoever. It
Yeah,
was
no
just like
powers.
surprise, I'm in this fight. But I thought he took everything in stride and it was like
He did
nice and
his
quick
best.
and then he was back.
He was out. Yeah, I know they did mention. Sonya talked about. They did have a heart to heart talk. Like Johnny's like, I'm just a regular guy. I can't do this.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, you've five-time black belt or 5-time tournament champion. Like he goes through. So he has some accolades, and then he kind of talk about, no, I'm washed up, and kind of hinting at like, is he gonna regain his form?
Right.
Yeah, he held his own, like I said. I thought it was good. Although they did mention like one of the things was like, this is Mortal Kombat. This is a fight to the death. That's why it's called Mortal Kombat. And then
And
he
then he doesn't
did
die.
not die, and we'll get to later. Some people don't die.
Some people
apparently.
do not die.
So it is not Mortal Kombat. Minor little issue. I mean, not a big deal, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, so they fight. He survives. Turns out Tana is a secret spy. She's kind of working with a team. I didn't mention. I forgot when in the flashback at the beginning, the dad does give Katana this like necklace pendant. That has like a electrical charge that he said, if you ever need to reach Raiden, if something ever bad happens, you can always call on him.
Call to Raiden.
Yes, call to Raiden, and that is what they do. But it turns out, Shao Kahn and his crew are up ahead. But they do want to find a special amulet, and this is kind of like the main focus of the movie.
Right.
Was this secret amulet that if they get the full power, like you can become a god, basically.
Invincible, immortal.
And then yes, so obviously the bad guys want the amulet, and turns out who has the amulet? Want somebody. Who would have guessed?
Kano.
Your boy, Kano. I have a theory about Kano
Oh, really?
and why they brought him back.
Why?
I think he was he was definitely a highlight from the first movie. Just like
He-
how his one-liners were. He was funny. I mean, he was pretty funny in the first movie.
Listen, this is the YouTube exclusive, so I'm just gonna say he called Quan Chi a white dildo. I died. His one-liners in this movie trump the first one, and I didn't think that was possible because I laughed out loud at like everything he said in the first movie, but his banter was the comic relief that this movie needed.
He's the comedy. If you've seen the first one, like, he's dropping the one-liners, very crass, very rude. Like I said, Johnny Cage is an asshole, but he's a lovable asshole. Like he still has heart. Kano's just an asshole. He's a dick. Like just you hate him, but like he's so funny and charismatic. Like you just can't help but love him. And this is why I think they brought him back. I feel like he tested very well with audiences, and like we got to bring this guy back somehow. That's my theory.
I could not agree more. I couldn't agree more.
And I think it paid off. They brought obviously Quan Chi, brought him back. They had very funny banter, like you mentioned. He's missing his eye. He got his eye back.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
So yeah, but again, the amulet. In order for the amulet to work, it needs the power. Who has the power? Raiden. So they teleport to forgot the name of the stage. It's like Raiden's heaven, his temple in heaven.
Yeah, Raiden's temple. Yeah, it looked amazing.
And then, sure enough, Quan Chi Kung Lao comes. What an entrance! He slices Raiden's throat.
Oh my god, that was so sick.
What do you think of the beams shooting out of his light beams? No blood.
That was so cool. That was so cool. I love that whole scene. Just literally bleeds lightning. That was so sick.
That looked cool. Just intense. I was like, oh my! That kind of shocked me. I was like, I did not believe him to get. I was like, are they gonna kill him?
I know. I was scared. I was like, not Raiden, no.
So very cool scene. Well, cool scene. Unfortunately, Raiden goes down, but still alive. But he's hanging in there. Quan Chi, Kano get the power of the amulet. It's charged up, and they're gone. Very, very intense scene. Very cool. This kind of kicks off to round 2. Next round of fights. again, Kung Lao's back. Liu Kang, if you remember from the first one, they're like basically brothers or brothers, I guess,
Right.
basically family. So Liu Kang and Kung Lao battle out. This fight scene I thought was pretty sick.
Yeah,
What did you think this one?
it was a really, really, really intense fight. There was like it was so intense just from like their, relationship like as brothers and
Yeah,
growing up together and everything. And then, the Kung Lao being brought back by Quan Ji, so now on the other side. So
he's
it was
possessed. Yeah,
definitely a very emotional battle.
I think one thing that I think enhanced the battle, as other than like the martial arts, I think it was very tight, very quick. Like this one was, I think, a very well choreographed fight scene. Just that family, the story behind it. Liu Kang's talking to him, like trying to get him, like, yeah, I know you're in there still. Come back, come back. Just that emotional connection, I thought, really enhanced the
Yeah.
fight. And turns out he did not bring him back. He had to kill him. But a pretty sick fatality on the spinning hat in the ground.
Oh my God. I was so shocked by that.
Dude, the hat I think is one of the best items. Just the way they got it animated, like that thing like zipping around, they're fighting around the hat.
I think I thought the
So
hat
sick.
was like so lame as a kid. Like I was like, cool, your hat. Wow. But like I think like just in the two Mortal Kombat movies, like they made the hat so badass that like
I love the hat.
now I
Yeah.
think it's cool. Now I think it's cool.
Yeah,
Was
just how it's
the
incorporated in the fight. Right.
was the Jackson Jade fight before that one?
Uh I don't know, I think I put it after. I listed it as after, but I'm not sure on the order. But yeah, I was gonna go to that one, Jackson Jade, and then I'm gonna save the important one we'll
Yeah.
talk about after that. What do you think of the Jackson Jade fight?
Lame.
Okay,
It was
I'm not gonna
fine.
disagree there.
I was fine, but like we all knew it was gonna be because Katana did ask them for a favor. She was like, "Hey guys, Jade, my friend is in this tournament. Like,
Yeah,
go easy on her for me, please." Because obviously didn't know that she was a mole for the other side. But they did the fight. I thought it was cool. I thought their
yeah.
banter was very, very cute, and we all knew how that
Like how
one
they
was gonna
teased
end.
the staff, Jade's staff, which we got a nice little reveal later on
Oh
about the staff.
yeah, they did tease her staff. That was really cool.
But yeah, I agree. Just kind of, uneventful. Like I said, just it was an okay fight. Nothing spectacular. Let's Jax
Yeah.
live. But the highlight of round two, in my opinion, is the Cole fight. Also, look at this raw deal. Because one of the things, I guess, when you're about to fight, like their body glows, and like, oh,
Yes.
that's how you know they're being summoned into the fight. So the good guys are blue and the bad guys are red, obviously, and all their bodies are glowing. Cole gets dropped into this one of the coolest things in the movie. Gets dropped into Deadpool, one of the coolest battle arenas, I think,
I
in Mortal Kombat
I think I hit your arm when that
franchise.
happened. I was like, I said out loud, I was like, this is so
I know,
cool.
yeah.
I was
We
like,
both
this
popped
is
off on that one.
so cool. One
Visually,
of the coolest
it looks so
stages.
good.
Oh, listen, you knew something bad. You knew something was going down with that acid. You knew as soon as as soon as I went in that room, I was like, something nasty about to happen here. Something nasty about to happen here because the fatality of that I love a stage fatality. I love the one
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
the bridge where people they'd kick them off and they'd go on the spikes and all that stuff. But Deadpool was my favorite always,
Sick.
always with the acid,
Also,
super sick.
I love just how it's staged, how like 2D, like pulled back, so it looks like a 2D.
It looked like the game.
Obviously yeah. I love the way they staged it and set that up. It looked amazing visually. I think it was one of the best looking areas. It looks so good, just
It was
dark.
my favorite.
The acid, the green,
It was my favorite
the
arena.
chains hanging down.
Yep. And one we didn't even, you know what? I want to go just to say, since like we're talking about the arenas, when Liu Kang was fighting Kung Lao and they were in like the portal arena.
Oh yeah.
That
one
was
pretty
sick. And then the light change where it was blue and then they changed it to the red for the other part of the
yeah,
fight. Oh, cinematic. How beautiful was that?
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. I just loved it. But yeah, they pan out in the beginning like of that fight with Cole and Shao Kahn where you see the stage and it's just so, oh my god, it's like dark and the green bubbling acid and everything, and like you've just felt like you were back in the game. It was really cool.
I know, it looks so good. One thing to talk about, I was kind of curious of your opinion, because as I was thinking when they talked about, they in the beginning they dropped like the little, I don't even know what they were, these little medallions, jewels, with the five red medallions, five blue, and like every time someone dies, like one goes out.
Oh right.
So you can kind of keep a track. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
One
I
thing
liked
that I was
that.
doing, I don't know if you're thinking like I'm trying to like map out like, all right, which characters are gonna survive, which characters are gonna die. So I was like trying to before the movie was even before they even started fighting, I'm like trying to map out like, all right, this guy's definitely gonna die. This one's gonna live. Like I was trying to map out like who's gonna make it, who's not gonna make it.
Yeah. All of my predictions in my head for who was going to make it and not were, as the movie was progressing were right, especially in this fight.
That's what I was gonna lead to. The dead giveaway was Cole spawns into Deadpool, looking around. What's this place? And then terrible luck. Cole spawns in with none other than Shao Kahn. And I was like, he's a dead man.
I was like, he's over. I almost hit you, and I was like, I almost like nudged you to be like, he gonna die. But I was like, let's just see how this pans out.
This was one I was like, is this a course correction? I know one of the things that people did not like was Cole from the first one. So I was like, this is like, all right, we heard you, we listened to you, we're gonna kill him off. I feel like that was kind of.
He had no shot. You're in the acid level, and it's Shao Kahn who is now invincible. There was no other way for this fight to go. You knew someone was getting dropped in that acid, and it sure as heck wasn't going to be Shao Kahn. So Cole was a goner.
The amulet, once they brought the amulet back, charged with Raiden's power, they put it into Shao Kahn's chest, and yeah, he is superpowered. One thing I guess I didn't little bothered by, minor quip. I wanted the uppercut into the acid. I know they killed him. He hammered to the skull and
okay.
And then he like pushed his body into the acid. I wanted to see like the uppercut, and then he goes into the acid.
Or on the hook.
That. Was it? I think one of the fatalities was
the hook, and then they would like dip you down. Yep.
Yeah, something like that. So, but either way, like it was a very
still cool that we got the acid. I wish we saw the skeleton at the end. Like they used to have, They used to show the skeleton in the acid. Like that would have been cool. But you know what? We got our kick in the acid. It was fine.
Very yeah. So that was a cool one. They did give like Cole some hope. Like, oh,
is he gonna make it?
And then, they cut Shao Kahn. I think he cuts him in the throat, and then he's like, "Oh, I may have a chance." And then he starts healing. His body starts healing. He's powered by the ambulance. Like, nah, I'm done.
Yep,
it's over.
It's over.
So yeah, Shao Kahn unbeatable. Basically, he has the ultimate power. The only way they can destroy him is by taking out the amulet. And so they got to find the amulet. They're back. They're regrouping. Cole's dead. Everybody's sad. Not me, but some people would.
Can I tell them what you said?
Yeah.
He hits me on the arm. He goes, "Let's go."
A little baby. Let's go. He had to go.
Oh my god, he had to go.
He had a good run.
Oh my god.
But in order to get the thing, they had to infiltrate the palace, Shao Kahn's palace, and the only way to get there is through. I had to write this down in one of my notes. Takardus? No, saying that right. Takardus.
I'm not gonna try.
Special. Yeah. So the special land, where none other than who lives there. This is the land of. Your boy.
Sure. Sure.
Baraka.
This
really went to Baraka, which I'm curious. I was like saying we didn't talk about it. I was curious to hear your thoughts on Baraka and how they decided to kind of flesh out his character, basically, because he kind of switched up a little bit.
I really did not expect him to be on the good guy side at all, but it makes so much sense because they really did enslave his people. In the outer world, and I don't know, like he looked so good.
I think they nailed his visuals. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, he looked incredible. He looks incredible. I like Baraka a lot. I really do. I used to play with him once in a while when I was a kid and everything, but he just looked exactly how you would want him to look. He looked super badass. The teeth were on point. And
arm kind of blades.
The shears, yeah.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yep.
I wanted him to do the move where he like
yeah, over there and, I was thinking that too. The one where he cuts him up with like the air. Oh my god! But I was thinking that I was like, oh my god! I was like, listen, because we'll talk in a second. Like that they need his help to infiltrate the castle. They need a guide to help them through an underground tunnel that the servants use. So they're trying to convince him. Baraka's like, no. And Johnny's like, oh, you don't want to say you fought the best fighter ever, Liu Kang? And Baraka's like, all right,
Calls him a chump.
I'll fight, but I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute.
Yep. So the Johnny Cage and Baraka fight, not a tournament fight, y'all. Just a
yeah.
side fight.
They kind of played out like his katana fight. Like, you know, he was kind of more like on the defensive, dodging, did a little bit of running, kind of avoiding. He hit in the little hut. I thought that was pretty funny. He hit a little hut. The kids he was hiding, telling the kids to be quiet, and then they just pointed over there.
Over there. I thought this would be where he got his arcana, which they never even mentioned the word arcana in the whole movie.
I was about to say
they called it their special powers. I was like, what? I was like,
they ditched arcana. Like I
ditched
don't know,
it.
Is that like video game lore? Is that like Mortal Kombat lore? Because in the beginning I was like, that's kind of silly. I don't know if it's like actual Mortal Kombat terminology.
Not that I know.
They call it arcana.
I don't know if
so. Like if it wasn't, I guess I don't mind them ditching it. It did seem kind of silly. Like, oh, you have to get your arcana.
Gotta get your arcana.
I did think about this. I was like, they haven't mentioned arcana once.
No.
Special powers.
Nope. No, but it was a really cool fight.
Like, nobody knows what arcana is really.
No, but it was a cool fight, and
you know, his special move. He landed his signature.
Oh yeah, he did the punch in the balls.
The nut shot.
Woo! That was so funny. I loved that,
and that's what gained Baraka's respect. Shot to the junk.
Shot to the junk. I loved the bestie ship between Baraka and Johnny Cage. What a surprise twist in the movie there.
I was about to say, what did you think of this turn about turning Baraka into kind of little comedic relief? What are your thoughts on that? He's very imposing and is obviously he's scary.
The lore is that he's a savage. He's a savage from a savage race. Like, think about how Molina just like tears people apart. That they're the same people. That's Baraka. So the fact that like he ended up with like Johnny effing Cage and like being like hilarious and stuff like
silly.
Loved the arc they took with Baraka. 10 out of 10, no notes. Okay. Loved it. How about you? Did you like Baraka in the movie?
I did. At first I was kind of mixed about it, but I think towards the end I was like, okay, I don't mind it. All
right.
Very silly. I mean, silly, like it's a little more comic relief because I think it works just because how imposing and like you think dangerous and vicious and violent he is, and it's like, it's kind of just a little teddy bear. Big teddy bear.
Kind of. Really
with like dangerous teeth.
Teethy teddy bear.
Yeah. So they take him to the palace. So eventually, he wins his respect. He's on the team. Takes him to the palace. And this is where Katana, she's going back and forth between Earthrealm. And Jade followed her the first time, caught her the first time, and she kind of just like played it off like,
right.
No, I'm just doing, I'm just shifting, switching realms. She didn't really say.
Right.
But I think this time she was on to her and knew, oh, you're helping the good guys. And sure enough, her sister, one of her best friends, turns her in to Shao Kahn.
This is the lore. This is canon. This is the way the lore goes. Unfortunately, that Jade rats her out.
I know.
To her dad.
Couldn't believe it. Sad. So they lock her up. They tie her up in the town square.
Which is a callback to, I think, Mortal Kombat 1? Or no, I'm sorry. It's either, maybe 2. It has to be 2. Which is where when you fight Shao Kahn, a few of the characters are in chains, and one of them is Katana.
Yeah.
One of them is Katana.
Yeah. One of the stages, that's true.
Yep.
So nice. So like
Sonya is one of them as well. I think it's Sonya, Katana, and maybe Johnny Cage.
Yes.
They're tied up in that, so.
I want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've played that so long. Such a cool stage.
I know, right? That's the first thing I thought of when they tied her up. I'm like, oh, just like the last stage.
I know. So so now Jax, Sonya, the crew, Liu Kang, Baraka, they're there. They're trying to take the It's like locked up in this little cage type looking thing.
Yep.
And this is where we get the first fight with Shao Kahn. What do you think of this battle here?
It was
Jax, Shao Kahn, and then Sonya kind of gets involved.
It was I as soon as it started, I had impending doom in this fight because of the fact that he was invincible. I just knew the whole time that something bad was gonna happen.
I know, yeah. So they were trying to fight. They said they got to the little cage. Jack's zoom in, Jack's bionic arms. Bust the cage open. They're trying to get the cage. The amulet comes out. Shao Kahn, steps in, fighting, kills Jax. I think he gets him pretty good. He rips his arm off,
Yep.
rips off one of his arms, rips off the other arm, and Jax doesn't make it.
Does
What are
not.
your thoughts on losing
I
Jax? Are
knew.
you a big Jax fan?
I'm not a huge Jax fan. I like him. But I had a feeling like if one of the main characters was gonna die, it was gonna be him. I thought that
Yeah,
he would be the disposable character, if you will.
yeah.
So I
Not
thought it was
sad about
really
it.
cool. Yeah, I thought it was cool, like that. He ripped one arm off of Jax, and then Jax was still fighting to like till the end. Um,
I know. Yeah, he put up a good fight. He actually did hang in there, but I mean, Shao Kahn's already almost fully powered god. So like
yeah, he had no
nobody's
chance.
taking him down.
He had no chance. But
So
I
we
thought he
lose
put up a
another
great
one.
fight.
Yeah. So then yeah, the amulet gets they're fighting for the amulet, and who shows up is Bihan. Your boy
Bihan!
Bihan, Sub-Zero from the first one. If you remember from the first
Sub-Zero.
one,
That's your
Sub-Zero is
boy, not
Bihan.
mine.
I did like it. For the first week, his fight and his moves were so sick. Bihan is my boy. As much as I like another character that we'll talk about here, but Bihan, Bihan dies in the first movie,
Right.
and he gets turned into Noob Saibot,
Noob
which
Saibot. I died. As soon as
he
they
looks
showed
so
him,
sick.
woo, as soon as they showed him all black, I think I said it out loud. I was like, Noob Saibot.
That was the best.
That's
I think the best looking costume. He looks so cool.
Oh,
All black, the eyes.
let's continue because I want to talk more about Noob Saibot and when we get to that
Okay, yeah,
fight
yeah,
part because that's
yeah.
oh my
Yes,
gosh, I just
it
love
does
that.
pick up.
I just love that.
So yeah, Bihan Noob Saibot takes the amulets to the Nether Realm. Kano shows up. Turns out Kano, shocker to everybody, Kano switched sides again,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I can help you guys. I know where he took the amulet." So Kano and Johnny team up. They go to Raiden. They talk to Raiden. Raiden's hanging in there. He's kind of patched up. He tells them, amulet, they took it to the Nether Realms, but you can't go there. You need a guide. And who shows up? They brought him back. Scorpion.
Scorpion. I knew they were going to bring him back.
Hanzo.
I knew they were going to bring him back.
They
That
had
was
to.
awesome. That was so cool. That whole
One thing,
that whole going to hell thing, and there he
yeah,
is, and convincing him, and because he wanted nothing to do with them. They get to hell, and they're like, "Hey, we need you to be a guide." And he's like, "You
yeah.
got the wrong guy." And they were like, "Bihan's back," and he's like, "I'm there."
You about the setup, like when they go to the Nether Realm and it's like they get dropped into like a beautiful. He's like raking the sand.
Yeah,
Everything's
tranquil.
beautiful. Kano's eating the peach, being a typical asshole self.
Yep.
Typical asshole self. Yeah, like you said, he mentions Bihan, and then that like flips the switch. Oh, I'll take you guys to the Nether Realm. So very cool. I think like one of the things I loved about the first movie is Scorpion. I'm a huge fan of the actor playing him, Hiroyuki Sanada, just like an amazing actor.
I just love
If you
him.
follow his stuff,
I
like
just love
I
him.
just like whole movie of Scorpion, and even that like Scorpion Sub-Zero story. Like
They
I could've
could
taken
do
just
a whole
movie
movie
on
of that. They could do a whole movie on that, and it would be extremely entertaining. That was awesome.
Yeah. So I'm so glad they brought him back, and Bihan. Yeah. I think
Bihan.
they're just such a good like Scorpion Sub-Zero tied together.
Awesome dynamic
They're linked
between the two.
together. Yeah. And this kind of leads to the final act, final fight, final section of the movie. You know, Liu Kang, or not, sorry, Liu Kang. Johnny Cage, Kano, and Scorpion go to the Nether Realm. They have to get the amulet. Bihan's there, Noob Saibot. I guess we can start that because I know you're excited to talk about that one.
Yeah.
They have to fight Noob Saibot for the amulet.
Now there was a time in my life where I liked to use the character Noob Saibot. And I like the second like spirited part of him like melting out of him with like the purple and the dripping and all that stuff, just like the game. Oh my, like somehow they just made the movement of Noob Saibot just so perfectly, just like he moves in the game. It was badass. It was that whole fight was cool, and he split into different ones, and they had the run like Noob Saibot does.
Yeah.
They did such justice to this character, and they really, really, really made him look cool.
I loved it too. Just like I said, the camera work, just like I said, when he's going in and out of the ground and he like goes down to the ground and the camera
Oh,
like
so
pops up and he comes out
cool.
of the wall like standing up.
Just like the game.
Very cool scene. Yeah, such a great fight scene. With all four of them kind of going at it. Scorpion gets off his classic "guys get off line." Get over here.
Get over
Has to get his
here.
line off.
I was like, you said it.
Right. And then meanwhile, while that's going on, Shao Kahn, Liu Kang, and are having their final battle
Right.
as well. And now, like I said, kind of timed like they're flashing back and forward because Liu Kang can't kill him until they destroy the amulet. So it's like going back and forth. Are they
Right.
going to get it in time? Sadly, for Liu Kang, they don't get it in time, and we lose Liu Kang.
We lose Liu Kang.
But he does have a good line. They have a good, he dies, but he has like this. He's powering up, and he kind of tells them that it's not over because he made the vow that he's gonna bring Kung Lao back.
Yep.
And then he kind of goes off into the sky as like his
and I loved that
dragon.
I also loved that he was like, "This is not my fight to win." He's like, "I'm not the one that's going to kill you."
Yeah,
that was
so good.
Sick. I was like, "Oh shoot!"
So good, yeah.
That was awesome.
I love Liu Kang. Like, I think they did a good job with Liu Kang. I love the actor. I love what they did as kind of the leader.
He is supposed to be the lovable character. Like, he is supposed to be the heart of Mortal Kombat. He is Earth's champion fighter. And I feel like in the original Mortal Kombat movies, I didn't connect with Liu Kang as much at all. But in these movies, I really do. I really do. I just loved his character in both.
I know. I just love, like I said, that connection with Kung Lao. Like, he never gave up hope. Like, I'm going to save you. I'm going to bring you back. Like,
and they did kind of flash to like them saying, they almost hinted to it, like foreshadowed it, because when Liu Kang killed Kung Lao in their fight with the fatality, he said, "I will bring you back, but not right now."
Oh yeah, that was such a good line.
So now there he goes, and he's like, "I'm gonna go get my brother."
That was great. Yeah,
they're really cool.
So he's gone. Sonya busts out Katana. She's in the town square. She's kind of beat up, busts her out with her little pink beams.
Kiss of death.
And then kiss of death. And then we got the final actual battle where Liu Kang kind of hints at it's Katana and Shao Kahn.
That's her stepdad. Pretty cool.
And I gotta love how like the setup, like again, the flashback. She's a little girl. They start off a little backstory. He killed your father. He took your mom. Like this, this is personal. Like I love
it is
that she was kind of the main focus of the story, and like I feel like I connected her more as far as the first movie with Cole. Like I was more invested in her story for sure.
Could not agree more. I could not agree more. Katana was awesome. The actress who played her was great too. I loved her.
She was great. So flash to the final scene with Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Noob. This is one of the cool things was Noob is about to get destroyed. They all start flashing their beams. Jade comes. I forgot. Jade comes in. She's gonna help out. She busts her staff. Now she has the green staff.
So cool.
Staff. She's flashing her green beam. Kano's flashing his. Scorpion's got the fire. They got these 3 beams on the amulet. And who's left? My boy Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage
picks up the glasses, puts them on. He has his Arcana, and then does the kick. Amulet destroyed. Shao Kahn is about to go down.
Shao Kahn is, and with that now, Shao Kahn no longer invincible. So basically, the whole Shao Kahn fight, as they're going back and forth, really they're just trying to like maintain like staying alive enough to like fight with him until the amulet was destroyed. So now that it gave Katana, she's like almost down and out. She's on the ground and lost the fans and everything. And
what does she have left? The ribbon. The sash.
Ribbon.
I thought it was so sweet. Like I love that. Again, call flashback to the beginning of the movie. She gets the sash, the blue sash from her dad. Even they flash forward when she's training. They're growing up. She's training with Jade, and she loses her sticks. They're training. She's like, "You have nothing now. Are you gonna yield?" She's like, "No, I still have my sash." She said, "Even anything can be used as a weapon," and she like has her stash.
Love that.
I love the great callback. Great callback.
It was a really great callback
in the beginning, and I love movies that do that. That they introduce something in the beginning. bring it back because they use it so good. She has a stash. One thing, like, how does this thing stay intact? This thing is a little. What is this made out of?
I know,
What kind of magic cloth?
right?
So she uses it. She ties them up. She does some cool moves, and this will lead into what we'll talk about: a sick, amazing fatality with the fans. Sawed his head clean off. The winner, fatality. Kitana wins.
Queen Katana.
So Queen Katana, yeah. So she's a new queen of she's taking her land back. She's in charge. Cuts to the final scene, which I think was again a very funny comedic scene to end the movie. They're at the campfire. Johnny Cage, Baraka, and his little kids or little children at the campfire. He's telling the story, using a lot of his creative liberties. He's making himself look good. And who shows up? Raiden, Jade, Sonya, everybody shows up. He's like, what are you doing? Like, we won. Like, Earth is saved. He's like, no, we have to. It's time. Yeah, we did win the battle, but now we got to recover the fallen champions. Which obviously I was setting up for the next movie.
Yep.
They got to get bring Liu Kang back. I'm assuming Kung Lao, and maybe Jack. I guess Jack's too.
I mean, if they're bringing everybody back, I think Jack's got to come back too.
You can leave Cole. Cole can stay.
Cole can stay.
Cole can stay.
Cole can stay. I will. That's the one thing I did say to you when we left the theater. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna make another one.
Yeah, I think I feel like they do want to turn, especially because they'll see how well this does financially at the box office. I think they definitely want to turn this into a franchise. I feel like every studio obviously wants to have
of course,
their franchise.
I think too, like the story is so interesting in this movie, and especially the way that it ended. I think that a third would be really well received here. I think they could really do a lot with it with another one. There's still so much like story to tell, and they set it up so beautifully for another one. So I really hope that we get it.
Yeah, and then it closes out. Great music at the end. They had the theme, the Mortal Kombat song.
Classic Mortal Kombat song, but a little updated, and it sounded amazing.
Yeah, we're just listening to it. They don't no post credit, no mid credit, so you don't have to stay.
Yeah, you don't have to stay after unless you just stay for the song. Really, stay for the song.
Music. I love how they synced up Sonya as the credits were rolling. Like when it introduced the actor and the character, it had the Sonya, Liu Kang,
and the screen had their special ability for all of them.
That was very cool. Yeah.
That was with a Kano. They had a bunch of eyeballs rolling with the lasers and the kiss of death for Sonya. Like, I thought the credits were awesome. Stay for the first part of the credits if you're gonna like stick around for that a couple minutes just to hear the song. But no post credit scene or anything in this one.
Very cool. All right, so that'll do it for our kind of plot review, plot kind of recap. We did want to talk about. We want to add a few things here at the end. Favorite fight, favorite fatality, and also introduce what's a character you want to see in the sequel.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Okay, good.
I like that.
So let's start off with favorite fight.
My personal favorite fight, which is not going to shock anybody, was Sonya Sindel. It was so early in the movie, but Sindel's my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. And even though she lost her fight, I thought like her screams, like as her like special, so cool. That was freaking awesome. I wish they had done more with her hair, so much so. But I love like a girl fight. I think I love a little cat fight. So it's cool. It was the two girls fighting in that really cool spiky arena, and everything to do with like her iconic scream was super super cool. So really, Sindel doesn't get a ton of like highlight in a lot of the games and especially the movie. So I was happy that she got her fight even though she lost. That
was a good one. Yeah, that was a good opening. Beginning of the movie, they opened with a solid fight for sure.
Yeah. What was your favorite fight?
Mine was maybe not surprised. I talked about Liu Kang and Kung Lao.
I had a feeling.
Such a cool fight. Like I said, so well choreographed. I love how just like fast paced martial arts it was. It was just like no let up. It was just boom, boom, boom moves. I love the integration with Kung Lao's hat. Like throughout the fight, the hat was like zooming in. He's ricocheting it, firing it off. Like it was just nonstop action. And just like I said, just the connection. They're talking about I'm gonna save you. Like I know you're still in there. Like it had that emotion and story to it. And then I think it had like one of my favorite fatalities. Just the close the hat, like going into the ground, like it gets stuck in the ground, and you can see like I love the again we talk about that like the sound effects. I think were so good in this movie.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like that crunch, the hard like the
Ooh.
spinning into the ground, and then he does his little move, drives him right into the hat through the chest, and
Yep.
delivers his line before he kills him. So that was my
Sad.
favorite fight.
It was awesome.
That's a great.
Um, for favorite fatality, I'm gonna stick with this because that was my favorite fatality. That fight, using his own hat against him, I thought was so badass.
That was
Um,
cool.
and just like the whole sequence of that fight and what it meant, like having his brother, and they were supposed to die together and everything, and his whole callback to I'll bring you back, just not now. But that whole, just that you just described it so beautifully, like that whole ending where Liu Kang is kind of going backwards in the air and grabs Kung Lao's hands and just like slams him down on his own
Yeah.
hat, and like the sounds and the blood and everything. That was my favorite fatality of the night for sure.
That was a good one. That was actually gonna be mine, but until the final fight with Katana and Shao Kahn.
Yeah, I knew. I
With
thought you
the
were gonna say
fans,
this. Yeah.
oh, that one was so good. The fans, they cut his forehead like two studs here. You see the
Yep.
head, his top of his head slide off. Once they remove his helmet, he's just a man,
It's just
just a
I
mere
love
man.
that she
I
removed
want.
the helmet. Thought that was so good. It was such a cool touch.
She had the great line like, "I want to show these people what you really are. You're
Yep.
just a man. You're not a god."
Just immortal.
Slice his head clean up, take the top off. So
Really
so good.
cool. Really cool.
Yeah, and then the last part, what is a character you'd like to see, or characters, you have maybe one or two that you would like to see in this? What we're assuming is they'll make us another movie.
I feel like weirdly, and I know that this character is going to be in it, but who stole my heart a little bit in this movie, and which is weird because they didn't have a lot in the movie. Raiden.
Okay.
I just love that actor that plays Raiden so much, and like he wasn't as obnoxious in this movie, probably because he was like dying most of it. But I love Raiden so much, and I hope that he has a bigger part in the next movie. Very much so. And then I'm gonna cheat and do another one and just say I hope Baraka makes it to the next one too. I thought he was awesome.
Okay.
I thought Baraka was
Yeah,
really, really awesome.
I want to see more fights with Brock, where he
Yeah.
gets somebody with mentality.
Maybe we'll get the Slices next movie.
I know, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Those are speaking of Raiden, I love his. I feel like they changed his outfit from the first movie. Is more video gamey, like with the blue. The blue is very blue, kind of more close to his video game costume.
The actor looked really good too. I don't know if he like lost weight or something, but there was something about him that like he looked really good in this movie. I can't put my finger on it,
really
but he looked awesome.
He had some good hearts in the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of mine that I want to see, new characters that I want to see personally. Cyrax. I wouldn't mind seeing Cyrax. I love the robotic, whatever they're called. I guess I know the term. Robots.
The robot ones
throwing the web. Yeah, Cyrax. One of my favorite characters for sure. I love just the look of him.
I misunderstood your question. I thought you meant like characters that were in the movie that we want to see in the next one. You mean new characters?
Oh, yeah.
You mean new characters?
New characters.
Okay, come back to me. Continue.
Yeah, you can think along with this. Someone goes Cyrax. For sure. I think, like I said, the look and design, I think they could do really some cool stuff with him. What about, I feel like such a dumb character, but I feel like they could throw him in Striker.
I love Striker. Okay, underrated character. I love Striker. He'd be awesome. Yeah, he's like an ex-cop. Yeah. Yep.
He's just like a goofy with his little backwards hat. It's
kind of hard though because he just like has a gun. The guy just has a gun.
Yeah.
Just bring a gun to the Mortal Kombat.
Because like I know these movies, exactly. Yeah, you're bringing a gun to one of these fights. But like I get these movies, especially like with Johnny Cage, it's just like and with Cole in the first one, you just need a regular dude. Like that's the whole point, is that you need a regular dude to step up and find your Arcana. But yeah, he's a regular dude.
Like yeah.
But I like him. It's just like a side character. I don't need him to be the main guy. And another one I like is Nightwolf. I always vibe with Nightwolf.
I am not a big fan of Nightwolf, but I could see him doing well in the movie.
He would be cool. I think he would add a cool cool element.
Yeah,
like the transformation with his wolf ability. So those are my three.
I didn't need to think about this. As soon as I understood the question, I have a character 100%
You ready?
that I would love to see in the next movie.
Who
Ready?
you got?
Shiva.
Oh yeah, that's a good one
I
too.
would freaking love. So I've always been a Sindel main, and Shiva is my second in command. That is my girl. I love Shiva. I love fighting as her. Always have that. She's like the badass, big, beefy girl version of Goro. Like,
Go, yeah, the forearms.
yeah. So she's
That would be a perfect
my
one.
number one. You know who else I'd like to see too? Motaro. I think Motaro would be super
that'd be
cool
a good one,
too. Yeah, Motaro.
We need
awesome.
some villains, some big villains since we're losing.
Since we don't have Goro, unless they bring Goro back, I think Motaro would be really cool.
There was the guy. I'm trying to think of the character. It was like a drunk. Was it a drunk character?
Oh, I know. Does he like vomit or something in the game?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of, like,
he's from one of the side
name.
Mortal Kombats. I can't think of his name. I hope to God they do not bring that character in.
Is he not Baracho? I don't think of his name.
Ooh.
If you know in the comments, let me know.
No, thank you.
I just thought about him. I'm trying to think, like, I know they're going heavy on like 1 through 3, kind of. Yes. But I know there's like obviously a lot more that they can bring in if you want to do like some newer ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, overall, I mean, the movie was incredible. I really enjoyed it, and I'm loving Entering Endgame, going to the movies for video game movies. So you can expect us to do some future movies coming out, like Resident Evil. When it comes out, we'll cover that. Obviously, we'll be covering the Zelda movie next year.
Street Fighter,
yeah, Street Fighter as well. Coming up this year. So Enter an Endgame at the movies, baby. If it's got to do with video games, we will be there.
Yes. So the one thing I've enjoyed a lot is we do with the Mario movie. So this has been really fun. I enjoy, as a movie lover, I'm excited to do these episodes.
Me too. Fresh, let the people know what you're up to and where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at Fresh64_ on Twitch. Just playing through a variety of games right now. We currently starting up Mixtape, which I'm very excited about.
Oh yeah.
It's getting great reviews, amazing reviews.
Cool.
Game of the year, possibly contender. Wow. And I'll also be starting up Indiana Jones soon after. Great. Speaking of movies,
that's going to be an awesome one. That game looks so beautiful.
I'm excited for that one. Yes.
Cool.
What about you? What do you have coming up?
Y'all, I will be doing my first ever playthrough of Super Metroid on my stream starting this Saturday, which will be May 9th. Just doing the same old regular stuff, y'all. You can find me twitch.tv/Ashley with 2 E's _FL, or you can go to ashleyfl.com to find anything you want to about me. If you're looking for anything podcast related, you can go to enteringendgamepodcast.com. You can even email us if you ever have a question or a comment at enteringendgame@gmail.com. Complaints, please direct directly to fresh64_. With that, y'all, this has been Entering Endgame at the Movies, Mortal Kombat 2. We will see you guys at the end of the month for our big episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
See y'all next time.
Bye.